over my shoulder says Lewis Cattle Oilers is in the building. Mike Nesmith, he's been a guy with propane. He's been a guy now with the Cattle Oiler deal. He's been all over the area, and he's all over the Oak City Convention Center this weekend. Mike, you were explaining to me off air just a minute ago before we started shooting this radio and video break I said, explain to me what a cattle oiler is. What is this thing and this contraption? People watching on the Facebook video will be able to see it, and if you're listening on the radio, there's this large contraption that you'll have to come here to take a look at. But, Mike, what are we looking at here?
Well, it's for lice, fly, tick control in livestock. Cattle rub on this is what they do is they rub on this and they get a chemical on their back and it'll kill the ticks and the flies. And this year with the weather that we've had, as wet as we are, we're going to see a high fly population this year. So it's going to be more important to pay attention to what your cattle are doing and what your fly populations are. Flies cost you a lot of money in cattle. You know, if you've got 250 cows on there, you can lose 15 to 17% of your weaning weights on your calves. So it's very important.
All right, show us, and folks listening on the radio, you'll just have to come here and see the demonstration. But for those of you looking at the Facebook video, where does the chemical go?
Chemical goes right here in this tube. Holds 8 gallons of product, but the way we get it out is through a little diaphragm pump up here. So it's pumped out as we go. As the cattle come in here and rub on this, they're pumping this. So the first cow through is getting a good dose of chemical to take care of the flies on her, but she's also retreating this for the second cow that comes in. So cow 1, cow 50 all get an even dose throughout the herd. It's not a drip system where only a few of them get it. All of them get the same dose all the way through. Plus it feeds over to the other face flap where they'll go work on that too. And calves love that. They think it's a toy. Good part is they play with that and they go to nurse on mom and they're treating her underline. So we're getting dual purpose out of those calves.
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask is, what is it that makes the cattle want to come and rub up against this?
Cattle learn real quick that they get relief from flies. A cow can feel one fly land on her back. So if she's got a whole back full of them, you know, she's annoyed with them. She's flopping her tail all the time trying to get rid of them. These will pay for themselves in the first year if you got 35 to 40 pair on it, just in increased weaning weights. You know, it's just common sense. If that cow's not swapping her tail around, knocking flies off, she's eating, converting to milk, and putting pounds on the calf. So.
It's a neat-looking contraption, and those of you, we know we got a lot of cattle folks out in our listening and viewing audience here. Anything that can help with the health and wellness of the cattle and saving you money, that's something you're going to be very interested in, and Mike Nesmith and Lewis Cattle Oilers has such an efficient contraption for you here to take a look at the Southwest Farm and Home Expo. Come ask him all the questions you want to. Take a look. He'll demonstrate it for you. That's Lewis Cattle Oilers, one of many vendors at the Southwest Farm and Home Expo at the Oak